This review is made possible by Napleton Mazda of Naperville. Napleton Mazda of Naperville is the largest Mazda dealer in Illinois for now 2 years running. With over 270 vehicles to pick from, Napleton Mazda of Naperville is your one-stop shop for the best service from a Mazda dealer in Illinois. Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2024 Mazda CX-90 S Premium. Up front is a 3.3 liter turbocharged inline 6 and down below is an 8-speed automatic transmission. Now I am super excited to be driving the CX-90 for many reasons, but the main fact is that this is the first CX-90 Mazda has put out. This is a brand new vehicle for Mazda's lineup. And although in the last couple of years a lot of new Mazda products have shared parts with older Mazda products, that's not the case here with the CX-90. This is all new. I'm talking all new engine, all new transmission, all new interior, all new exterior, and we have plenty to talk about today. But if you would like a video of your car filmed by me, you can head on over to my website, zackpredel.com/submit. You would get a review of your own vehicle. It's a quick and easy submission form. I come out to you, and it's a quick and easy process. But let's get back to that straight 6 under the hood. Well, it does have a mild hybrid system paired to it as well. This is not the plug-in hybrid, although that is coming very soon. And altogether, this eSkyactiv G 3.3 liter turbo straight 6 makes 340 horsepower and 369 foot-pounds of torque when using premium gasoline. Like I said, it has that mild hybrid system, which does help out that horsepower number. And so far in my driving experience, it's been very, very smooth. Now, what's exciting to me is that this is an all-new engine just for the CX-90. I hope it finds its way into other Mazda products. And to my knowledge, I am a pretty big Mazda aficionado. To my knowledge, this is the first inline 6 that Mazda has ever done. Most certainly in the modern era, but I'm thinking even back to the 70s, I can't really think of a car that had a straight 6 from Mazda. So that is really, really exciting to see. This is also the most powerful Mazda ever made from the factory. Again, another really, really fun fact. All right. Inline 6, turbo. Oh, yeah. Now, that's not a power monster. It's not going to make you regurgitate your lunch. However, that has a really nice sound to it. Something I'm not quite used to Mazda's producing. That's nice. Let's actually put it up into sport. That wasn't even sport mode. We'll give it another go. Yeah. It has that nice solid punch that 4 cylinders just can't replicate. 4 cylinders with the turbo, they're fast, they're fantastic, I love them, but it's just different. You can have 2 150-pound people punch you, but when you get punched by a 300-pound person, that's the difference. That's the difference, and that's the kind of feeling that the inline 6 has. It's a sort of greater than the sum of its parts engine. I like that. I'm excited to see what Mazda can do with that. Like I said, paired to it is an 8-speed automatic. Now, Mazda has been using 6 speeds for the last almost 2 decades. Well, this is an all-new 8-speed trans, and honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It's quiet, it's smooth, and the whole driving experience has been really solid. Last but not least, this is, of course, all-wheel drive. So how does it feel to actually drive the CX-90? Well, like I said, it makes that really nice 340 horsepower from that straight 6. The transmission is great, the steering is nice. The ride is a little hard, but that is very characteristic of Mazda products. They give you a lot of road feel. So if you prefer a vehicle that actually feels like it can handle, it can take a corner without flopping to the side, Mazda's your go-to brand. They've always put driving feel up near the top of their list, and that holds true with the CX-90. But with that stuff out of the way, let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me, I have completely digital gauges. Off to the left is my tachometer. Off to the right is my coolant temperature and fuel. And then I get a speedometer in the center, and I can also customize it. These gauges are awesome and a huge step forward for Mazda. They've been doing a blend of traditional and digital gauges in a lot of their vehicles. This is straight digital, and I have to say, I love it. Also, when I switch between the drive modes, the gauges change, which I've been begging Mazda to do for years, and so my calls have finally been answered. Sport is red, off-road is this tan brown, and then normal is just the normal black and white. I love that little customization. On the steering wheel, on the left, I have my volume, skip track, source info, and phone options. And off to the right, I have my cruise control options. This does have Mazda's adaptive cruise control as well as steering assist. So all of the goodies there. Off to the left, I do have a climate control vent, and then I get a bunch of buttons for my safety features off, parking sensors off, traction control off, and the iStop off. This is Mazda's automatic start-stop system, which I had in a CX-90 test car for a week, and honestly, I really liked it. It doesn't go overboard. It doesn't shut off every time you blink. It just shuts off if the car has been idling for a little while, if you're at a long stoplight, in a drive-through, which are places that are fine by me to shut the vehicle off. Then I do have my tailgate release and 2 memory seat options. And moving out of the door, I have lock and unlock, power mirrors, and my power windows, and I get this nice wood trim, and the door card is very, very handsome. Moving into the center, we get the giant infotainment system. This is a lot bigger than what you'll find in the CX-5 and CX-50. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which are wireless. And here's what the backup camera looks like. It does also come with a 360 camera, which is fantastic for a bigger vehicle like this. Then I do have the hazard switch and the climate controls. I like Mazda climate controls. They're always very concise and compact, and they're not overwhelming. I do have heated seats as well as a heated steering wheel, dual zone, and I like the physical buttons on either side. I like that none of this is run through the screen, which a lot of premium brands are doing these days. Then I have a little cubby and a 12-volt outlet, and then we come to the center console. Off to the left, you'll find the drive modes. This is MI drive, so that's our normal, off-road, and sport. And then we have a brand new shifter. This has not been seen in a Mazda before, and it's a little interesting to get used to. You move it over for reverse and then down into neutral and down into drive. Not hard to get used to, just definitely different than Mazda's in the past. Off to the left of the shifter, I do have my hill descent control and camera button, so even if I'm not in reverse, I can toggle a camera on and off to see what I'm doing. Off to the right, though, we do have cup holders, so we will do a big friggin' bottle test here in the Mazda CX-90, and unfortunately, like the vehicles that came before it, it too fails the big friggin' bottle test. It seems like the cup holders are getting smaller as time goes on, but alas, it's still a fail. Then we do have these nice wood accents, and we have the selector for the center screen. Of course, off to the left is our power parking brake and brake hold, and off to the right is our volume, which I love that you can move left and right to skip tracks. I use this in my own personal Mazda 3 all the time, probably more so than the steering wheel buttons, which is hard to say. And then in the center, that's the selector for the center screen. And then we get this clamshell opening center console, 2 USB-C ports, so Mazda's sticking with the modern times. Love to see that. However, it's not super deep, but that's okay. The seats are finished in Nappa leather. They are very comfortable. Like I said, they are heated, power, and memory, which is pretty much everything I would really want at a vehicle in this price point. I don't really use ventilated seats all that much, so it's fine that this doesn't have it. However, the CX-90's claim to fame is the fact that it is a 3-row SUV, so let's go do some backseat reviews. All right, so we're in the back of the 2024 Mazda CX-90, and the backseat space is all right. It's not amazing, although I can scoot my chair forward and back. This is in its furthest back position, and I'm doing okay. Not loving it, but also not hating it. Down below, I do get 2 more USB-C chargers, very modern, along with 2 climate control vents and the climate controls themselves. I get to control my own climate, which is really, really nice. I also have these window shade covers. The wood paneling on the doors carries on back here. Of course, power windows. I get to enjoy this second row of sunroof, which is all fine and dandy. This back seat is really, really nice. However, the CX-90 is Mazda's 3-row SUV, so let's hop into the third. Oh, wait. Before we do that, I just discovered little pop-up cup holders. That's so cute. All right, so we're in the very third row of the Mazda CX-90, and 3 things hit me right off the bat. First of all, with the seat moved up, this has plenty of space. Even with this seat all the way back, I probably have about 8 to 10 inches of leg room, which would be fine for most people. The second thing is that when I put these seats up, as you saw they were down before I got back here, incredibly light, incredibly easy to put up. Third thing is that my legs are getting nailed with AC right now because I have vents on the sides, which is really, really hard to find in third row vehicles. A lot of more budget, cheap, not Mazda 3-row SUVs forget completely about the third row climate controls. That's not the case here with the CX-90. My leg is getting blasted with cool AC on this hot summer, spring day. It's April. This is spring. Anyway, I also do get USB-C outlets back here. Again, very modern. Everyone in this car has their own USB-C outlet. That is really, really nice to see. However, let's hop out. We'll take a quick look at the trunk and cargo space, and then we'll talk about the looks. All right, so we're on the back of the CX-90. I do have this press and hold on the key fob, and it is a power tailgate. Once we are back here, we do get a very lovely 12-volt outlet. Of course, these are the nice floor mats we're gonna save for the first owner of this car. And I have these pull straps to lower the third row. So we can do that like that. And I like that the pull straps actually come down, so you don't have to reach too far in to pull them back up. Just like so. Super easy. Like I mentioned with the third row, these are very, very light as well. I do get a nice little LED light. Love to see that. And down below here, we do get a little bit of added storage. Not anything crazy, but definitely nice to see in the CX-90. Overall, I am very happy with the rear tailgate. Press the button and it power folds down just like that. Nice, smooth, and quiet. Now we gotta talk about the looks. And this is finished in rhodium white. And I think it is pretty handsome, and it definitely does look very different, or at least different enough than the rest of Mazda's lineup. The CX-5 and CX-50 are easily mistaken for each other. That makes sense. But the CX-90, I think, really has its own identity, even apart from the CX-9 that this is going to replace. But with all of that being said, let's get on to my final thoughts. What do I think finally driving the brand new 2024 Mazda CX-90? I really love this car. Now, I am a big Mazda fanboy. I've owned 5 Mazdas. My parents have owned 2 more Mazdas. I'm surrounded by CX-5s and Mazda 3s every day of my life. But what I always tell people is that I don't like Mazdas because I've had Mazdas. I've had Mazdas because I like them so much. No 3-row SUV has the driving dynamics and feel of this car unless you go up to the BMW X5, unless you go up to the Audi Q8. So at this price, this car is kind of in a league of its own. I think the redesign is done really well, where the vehicle stands out on its own. It's different from the rest of the lineup, but it's also not so radically different that it's going to put off buyers or owners. Having driven every vehicle in Mazda's lineup before this one, I feel at home. I feel comfortable driving this, although I do appreciate the new accents and features that I see around the cabin. I guess if I had to say a downside, I'm not the biggest fan of the front end. It looks a little chopped off, but I don't think it looks bad. I just prefer the CX-50. I love the aggressive look of the CX-50. So honestly, this car gets all green lights from me. I'm excited to see what they're able to do with that inline 6. Mazda now has a new engine to mess around with. Maybe we'll get a super sport edition of the CX-50 with the inline 6. Maybe some crazy dude in Arkansas will swap this motor into an ND Miata. Mazda has been using strictly the 2-liter and 2.5-liter for the last several years. And that engine's great. I have it in my own car. It's going to go the distance. It's reliable. It's fantastic. But this just gives them something new to play with, and I'm excited to see those possibilities. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Huge thank you to Napleton Mazda of Naperville for letting me take out their CX-90. They just got this car in, and I am so thankful that they were able to get me into the driver's seat of one of these so quickly. They have been absolutely awesome. I purchased my own vehicle from Napleton Mazda of Naperville. Their service has been absolutely top-notch. I've never had a dealer experience like them. Their staff is kind, caring, and will find the right vehicle for you. That's why I send all of my friends and family to Napleton Mazda of Naperville. I cannot say enough good things about them. 10 out of 10 dealership. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Take care, guys.